Jason Grace is a character from the Heroes of Olympus in the Trials of Apollo series by Rick Riordan. As a son of the king of the gods Jupiter, Jason has inherited many powerful abilities from his father. Today, I'll be going through them all in this video. Without further ado, let's get started. Let's go to Jason's general abilities. The first and foremost abilities Jason naturally has are ADHD and dyslexia. Through ADHD, demigods like Jason are given more awareness and alertness of their surroundings, especially in combat situations, while dyslexia helps Jason read Latin instead of English. From my previous videos, I've always mentioned that demigods were more adept in reading Greek instead of English due to dyslexia, but for Jason, it's Latin because Jason is a Roman demigod and not a Greek one. The next general ability Jason has is his genius intellect. Though often downgraded in terms of intelligence in the fandom, Jason was surprisingly a smart demigod. Like his friend Annabeth Chase, Jason knew many myths about the monsters and gods he encountered on his quests, and this proves to be very powerful, as through this, he was able to defeat them. This is seen when he managed to trick King Midas into turning Midas' son Latyrices into pure gold in The Lost Hero. Jason helped Annabeth figure out the Mark of Athena quest, and he even managed to gain a goddess's trust to help him defeat a giant in the Blood of Olympus, with the goddess being Kim and the giant being Polybotes. Leadership skills are another prominent ability Jason has. Jason was once the centurion of the 5th cohort, and he managed to lead his army to Mount Others to fight against the Titan Krios. This act made Jason's centurion position be promoted to praetor, and many people have described Jason to be a natural leader, that even a skilled tactician like Frank Zhang looked up to Jason. After Percy and Annabeth fell into Tartarus, Jason stood up as the leader of the Argo II, and he led them to the Necromantion to close the doors of death. And now, let's go to Jason's abilities more geared towards combat. The first ability under this is swordsmanship. Out of all the characters in the series, Jason stands out as one of the most skilled sword fighters like Percy Jackson and Luke Castellan. We saw this in the Mark of Athena when Jason managed to be on the same level as an extremely powerful demigod like Percy Jackson. And on its own, it's an incredible feat, as not that many people can survive sword fighting with Percy. In the Burning Maze, Apollo even mentions that Jason never lost this skill, and was still an incredible fighter even to his death. Next is pole armsmanship. Aside from sword fighting, Jason is also skilled with a spear. He was able to defeat a bunch of soldiers with a spear in the Blood of Olympus, and he even fought Latyrices, a skilled swordsman with it in The Lost Hero, and won. Fighting skills are obviously an ability Jason has, and let's talk about it. Jason was able to defeat the Titan Krios single-handedly with just hand-to-hand combat. Krios was a very powerful Titan, and to this day, Jason is the only demigod who managed to defeat a Titan by himself that not even other powerful demigods like Percy or Nico the Angelo managed to do so far. Jason also killed the Trojan sea monster that Chiron described to be as tall as a skyscraper, and he easily defeated a skilled sword fighter like Latyrices in The Lost Hero. In the Battle of Mount Others, Jason managed to kill dozens of Scythian Dracena, and he toppled Kronos' Iron Throne. In The Lost Hero, Jason killed storm spirits and held his own against Medea's golden dragons. In the same book, Jason defeated the giant Enceladus on his own with his father Jupiter, and Jason kills another giant with his father named Porphyron, and he fends off many opponents in the Battle of the Wolf House. Jason also killed many monsters in his way during the final battle against Gaia in the Blood of Olympus, and in the Burning Maze, Jason kills multiple Pandai into dust like they were nothing. Superhuman strength is another ability Jason has. Jason is a very strong demigod, and he was able to knock out demigods and monsters easily. Jason toppled Kronos' Iron Throne, survived attacks from giants, and even shattered Claudius' armor with just a kick in the House of Hades. Jason manages to carry many people while flying, and he even fought the Titan Krios himself. Superhuman agility is the next ability. Jason is one of the fastest and most agile demigods in the Riordanverse. Jason managed to knock Dakota out like an acrobat in the Mark of Athena. He was fast enough to avoid Cupid's arrows that materialized from thin air in the House of Hades, and Jason managed to dash 30 feet underwater in the Blood of Olympus. Superhuman reflexes is next. Jason has very good reflexes, and it's seen in The Lost Hero when he dodged attacks from both Latyrices and Enceladus. Jason also avoided blows from the giant Otis in the Mark of Athena, and he managed to deflect arrows thrown at him by Cupid in the House of Hades. Superhuman durability is another ability. Through fighting a giant on his own, surviving a fall from the sky, and shaking off getting hit by a chariot while mid-air, Jason is more durable than the average person. And now, let's go to Jason's abilities related to his storm powers. First is aerokinesis. As son of the sky god, Jason can naturally control air. Under this are many more abilities, one of which is air blasts. Jason can control powerful winds that can knock out giants like Otis and Peripheron. Air dash is the next ability under this, and it helps Jason control venti or wind and can make him go faster. He was able to use this power in the Blood of Olympus when he dashed 30 feet underwater to fight against Peripheron. Flying is an obvious ability Jason has. Jason can easily fly himself and others by his own will for hours without getting tired. At one point, Jason even managed to carry Piper while flying, controlling storms, and fighting Gaia at the same time. Next is wind manipulation, and it allows Jason to create powerful winds from wind gods. In the Burning Maze, Jason even managed to manipulate Medea's tornadoes and blast himself out of one while protecting Apollo, Piper, and Meg. Air solidification is next. Jason can manipulate air into a shape and condense it into many forms. He did this when preventing Gaia from waking up in the Blood of Olympus, which slowed Gaia down for a bit. Air ropes is another power Jason has. Jason can manipulate air into ropes that help him take control of wind gods and help the Argo 2 travel. Being the son of a weather god, Jason also has the power of atmokinesis. Jason can summon hurricanes, tornadoes, thunderstorms, and rainstorms thanks to this ability. In the Mark of Athena, Jason managed to control and summon powerful thunderstorms with Percy, and he even summoned a hurricane and a tornado against Gaia in the Blood of Olympus. Aside from all of this, Jason can also control storm venti, as seen when he controls Ventus named Dylan, and when he summoned his horse Tempest during fights. Electrokinesis is another power Jason inherited. As a son of Jupiter, Jason has absolute control over electricity and lightning. A prominent ability under this is lightning bolts. Jason can easily summon powerful lightning bolts with his will, and one event when he did this was when he destroyed Midas's house with just this lightning bolt. Jason even blackened the face of the giant Periphera with his lightning, and he destroyed a horde of basilisk snakes despite being underwater. Jason even blasted powerful creatures called Pandai into dust in the Burning Maze with this ability. Because Jason is very powerful with electricity, Jason is also immune to electricity. He survived a lightning bolt strike that could have killed 20 men in The Lost Hero, and in the same book, he received a direct strike of lightning through him and the giant Enceladus that shattered the mountain. Jason survived that like it was nothing, which shows just how immune he is. Other added abilities Jason has under this is creating electricity from thin air, like making an electrical explosion, and it's revealed in the Trials of Apollo series that Jason himself is a source of electricity. And that's all of Jason's abilities. Based on all the powers I've mentioned that Jason has, it's undeniable that Jason is one of the most powerful demigods in the Riordanverse. He is a strong leader and fighter, and added with all the abilities he has, Jason is an absolute force to be reckoned with in a fight. So how about you? What's your favorite Jason ability? Let me know in the comments down below.